Hey guys, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys, well, we're back and we have hot, messy topics literally right after you watch this video at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. We actually are back with some pretty big news. We have the first ever housewife crossover, and I was shooketh at this casting decision. I couldn't believe it, but it actually might be good. So before we jump in, we're about to talk about the Real Housewives of Orange County and a housewife from Beverly Hills joining season 17. But before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's no secret that the Real Housewives of Orange County, well, the last few seasons have been struggling a little bit. And we know that Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2, the Ex-Wives Club, well, we know that the women were coming in really trying to fight to get their spots back. I had an interview with Tamra Judge. She even said that some of the women were trying so hard to get back on their respected franchises, but who would have thought that one of them would have got on someone else's franchise? Now, we're talking about Taylor Armstrong because People.com exclusively confirmed this morning that Taylor Armstrong will be filming for the Real Housewives of Orange County season 17. I'm mind blown. I'm still wondering what that means as far as like, will we get Alexis Bellino? But the point is, we have Taylor Armstrong coming on, and this is kind of iconic in the Housewives world. We've never seen a crossover. We've seen crossovers like Frederick Eckling going from $1 Million Listing New York to $1 Million Listing LA. Sure. We saw Ladies of London, Caroline Stanberry going to Real Housewives of Dubai. Yeah. We've seen Vanderpump Rules and Southern Charm or Vanderpump Rules and Summer House. We've seen mashups, collaborations, but not Real Housewives crossovers. For Taylor Armstrong, this is a big deal. And I saw where some people are commenting, how is she going to, be on the Real Housewives of Orange County if she's, from Beverly Hills? Well, she actually lives in Orange County now with her latest husband. I want to say her new husband, but he's really not that new. So her husband and her daughter. It actually might make sense because her and Tamra kind of hit it off on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. And I'm curious how Tamra feels about her coming on. And does this mean Alexis Bellino is out? I think that's the biggest question. I want to hear from Taylor Armstrong right now, but I'm sure she is singing her praises at the fact that she was finally able to get back onto the Housewives, just like Tamra Judge, who we saw on Watch What Happens Live, was so excited. Tamra Judge is a dynamic personality who's not going to bow down to Heather Dubrow. And Taylor Armstrong, though, I find this interesting only because I didn't think she killed it on Ultimate Girls Trip, but maybe with this group of women, she might do okay. I mean, we saw her where she would have moments and she's like, shut up, you fucking bitch, and like screaming at Brandy, and Brandy's like, okay, this pre-produced, you want a moment? And I'm hoping she doesn't bring that pre-produced energy. Everyone's wondering, what does Vicki Gunvalson think? And Vicki Gunvalson has reacted, and she did this in a video. It was like sort of an interview, but she said, she's talking about Tamra returning and how she immediately cried when she found out that it wasn't her. Tamra said, I want you to be the first to know. And I, being Vicki, started crying immediately. There was buzz out there about her return, but there was also buzz out there about my return too. I thought my phone's going to ring next. Then I asked her if she was asked for a friend or full-time role, and she goes, they want me back full-time. I thought, okay, well, I have to be happy for it. She really wants it really bad, and she is, so good on TV, which Tamra Judge is great on TV, but I think Vicki Gunvalson thought, I am the OG of the OC, and why am I not being asked back? But to be fair, at the end of the day, Taylor Armstrong will cost a lot less money than Vicki Gunvalson. I'm going to miss filming with her. It was tough. It was so good that we both got fired at the same time, but then I thought we'd get hired back at the same time. I don't really know what Bravo's long-term goal is. I just have to take it as it comes. She also said, I still wonder what Bravo is seeing in their story when it talks, she's being asked about the issues with the current OC housewives, including Shannon Bedore, Heather Dubrow, Emily Simpson, Gina Kay, and Vicki did admit that she has an idea of what's missing. She said, what is their story? What is their life without the show? What do they do? We're supposed to be filming our reality that is not just going to dinner and fighting with the other women. Our reality is who we are as a person. Well, I mean, we see some of that. It just doesn't mean that they're the most interesting, some of them, but we do see some of who they are as a person. We see Gina blending her family, having like a modern day Brady Bunch. We see Emily Simpson and constantly like going through the ups and downs of her relationship while also being a lawyer and now trying to give back. We see Shannon Bedore putting her kids out there to go to college and also fighting with her ex-husband, but now navigating her new relationship and her businesses. Heather Dubrow has like 500 businesses. And of course, we wanted to see the house. And Noella Bergner and Dr. Jen Armstrong were axed. She said, I just have never gotten into their life very well either. They shield it. I'm proud of my career and I'm proud of what I've built. Now, we know that season 17 started filming this past week, which means we'll probably get it either towards the end of 2022 or I'm guessing early 2023. I'm thinking it'll be early 2023. I know last time they did it on the heels of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I think it was trying to get the ratings off of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but I don't think that they're going to do that this season. And by adding Taylor Armstrong and Tamra Judge, this actually might be a great season. This might be the mashup, the switch up that we've been wanting this whole time. I mean, that's where I kind of want to pick your guys' brains about it, because as of right now, we are confirmed with Gina K, Emily Simpson, Heather Dubrow, Shannon Bedore, Tamra Judge, Taylor Armstrong, and potentially Alexis Bellino and maybe one other woman. I think they need to add more faces. That's why Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is killing it right now, because there are so many people on the cast. And we've seen it in the past, like Real Housewives of New York, where when you start kind of dwindling down the cast, we're getting more screen time for each specific housewife. And it just doesn't read well with the viewers, because then we get kind of bored with some of the housewives, when really, if you have 8 to 10 women full-time and friends and like a huge dynamic cast, you're not going to get bored, because the episode's only an hour long with commercials, making it about 45 minutes, which means that's, you know, not a lot of time to see 10 different women if they're all in the same episode. So that is exactly what we're looking for. Great job to Bravo. I'm hoping Taylor Armstrong can not pre-produce on this new season. And I want to see how she mashes up with Shannon Bedore, Heather Dubrow, Gina, and Emily, because we know that she already knows Tamra, but she might be an ally of Tamra's, considering Tamra has a tough conversation to have with Shannon Bedore. And I'm sure her and Heather Dubrow might go head to head, considering it seemed like Heather Dubrow was trying to block Tamra's return. But guys, I don't want to just give you this information and not ask your opinion. So go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget, hot, messy topics, literally right after this. We're doing it at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. We're dropping our interview with Chef Dave from Below Deck Med Season 7 at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, which is 3 p.m. Pacific. Then we also have another interview with one of the Real Housewives of Orange County today that will probably be dropping tomorrow. Anchor Watch tomorrow night. And of course, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Dubai recaps on Thursday. Lots going on, so stick with us and go check out the community tab. That way you don't miss anything coming up. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.